What's good, ladies and gents? Welcome to the MKO Pugilism Boxing channel, where we talk all things boxing. Remember to like, subscribe, hit the bell notification, put it on all so you get notified all the latest content as and when it drops on this channel. So without further ado, let's get into this one. So lately, believe it's according to Mike Coppinger and his sources, we will be finally. And I find it hard to even say this, or very, very hard to believe this. But according to these various sources, and not only Coppinger, there's loads of these sources and news outlets out there. It's been, I think, ESPN and all these different sports guys are out there, been announcing this thing. You may be aware, but Terrence Crawford versus Errol Spence Jr., Errol the Truth Spence, Terrence Bud Crawford there. It looks like they'll finally be getting it on, and the interesting thing is going to be relatively soon. From what I'm hearing, it's looking like a date in November. So it's somewhere in the sort of middle of November, around November the 17th, and that's what they're looking at. I have also heard though that there's a little bit of a stall in terms of the proceedings here, because apparently, I don't know whether this is true or false, but I've heard that Errol Spence Jr. has signed his part of the contract, but apparently Terrence Crawford, he's not happy with something in the contract and he hasn't signed his part. So allegedly it's all meant to be on, but there's some sort of stall there at the moment. There's some sort of stumbling block with this contract. But yeah, it's one of these fights where, looking at both guys, I do believe that they're both interested. At a time, I was quite skeptical of Errol Spence because you had when he came back from the car crash, he beat Danny Garcia. And then when he was, Crawford was ringside and he went on this, they asked him about Crawford and he was like, I don't know why he's here. I don't know what he's doing here, blah, blah, blah. So he seemed to be a bit dismissive of Crawford and etc., etc. So I have been a bit skeptical of him winning it in the past, but lately he's been talking quite positively about it, saying, yeah, definitely wants it to happen, etc., etc. So yeah, it's one of these fights where, and Crawford, I mean, he's always seemed to want it. He's approached Spence at, backstage at certain fights and things like that. And, he's always been quite vocal, saying, yes, I want this fight, I want this fight, I want this. So he's always been vocal, but it's one of these where I'm hopeful that it happens, but I'm not going to really hold my breath for it. I'm not going to. For me, I'm like, until I see them, actually walking towards the ring or in the ring receiving those instructions, I'm going to be still a little bit skeptical, as to whether it actually happens or not. I'm not 100% convinced, but I'm just saying that as a bit of news, it is apparently meant to be happening in November. So let me know your thoughts on that. Do you believe this fight is actually going to take place? And secondly, if it does take place, who do you think is going to win? I mean, me personally, I believe Crawford wins. For me, that I favor Crawford to win this one. But it's no easy feat, and I'm open to being wrong, but just based on the body of work of both guys, I just pick Crawford to win. I just think he's the more well-rounded and the more versatile fighter of the two. So I pick Crawford. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And until next time, it's MKO Pugilism over and out.